You know what time it is? It's time to dump those drums. Stay tuned as you can watch BJ, the Wandering Bear, change out our drums for something really special. We want to welcome a brand new sponsor to our channel, Deemaxx. The disc brakes that's the best out there for your safety out on the road. Dang, you're greasing them all up there.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Tucker.
Sit down beside.
Well, the tires have been removed. We're going to get ready to install some Deemaxx disc brakes. BJ, the Wandering Bear, this is what he does. He installs Deemaxx brakes system. He installs the Roadmaster slipper spring. He's a professional. He's located here in Central Florida. He's a full-time RVer and a tech. He travels around and does all Grand Design rallies here on the East Coast installing these systems. So if you're at a Grand Design rally or here in Central Florida and you want to get this system installed, be sure to check him out. Here's his phone number. You can contact him. We partnered up with Deemaxx because we saw all the reviews and everything, how outstanding they are. We travel a lot of roads here as full-time RVers, going up steep hills, down inclines, and this is something we've been thinking about doing. We talked to Deemaxx and they said, let's do it. All the tires are off. We have a 2018 Keystone Fusion toy hauler. And we believe these brakes are going to make a huge difference in our stopping, and that is such a big safety thing. You want to know your RV is going to stop. Oh, there goes the old drums coming off. They're kind of rusty looking, aren't they?
Not sure if they get heat and moisture in there.
Okay. Well, some of those roads in Maryland really heated them up. I was surprised we still had brakes after those roads. I get so scared when we go up on down those inclines with these brakes.
Well, I didn't tell you. After we get brake suspension refund, we're going to put RV in.
I mean, what was it? Pennsylvania and Maryland had the worst inclines on their road. Steep inclines. Our RV looks a little naked under there right now. Dang. Poor baby. Poor girl.
I wonder how long it take you to come out of that shape.
This is what it looks like under here. Oh. Get these bad boys installed on this girl. Now there is a chance we're going to have to get a new brake controller for the truck. And we don't know at this time yet if it will, the one we have will work with this system. So we're going to have to try that one out. BJ is so professional. But every RVer's number one thing is, when I stop, will that RV stop behind that I'm towing? Will that trailer stop? Will it stop right? With the disc brakes, you're guaranteed that that RV is going to stop. And we go through a lot of mountain roads with steep inclines, and where the drum brakes would heat up so quick. Where disc brakes, the air circulates through them and they don't get hot. Like I said, BJ goes to Grand Design rallies and installs these systems for people. So if you're at a Grand Design rally, give this guy a call and get your appointment booked and get set up. Because these disc brakes are so much better. And the reviews are amazing on this company.
Because of how you get the caliper off, being that they're switched. So then I did a little bit of research. I started reaching out to Dexter and all these manufacturers, and then come to find out they actually require them to be faced to the back.
Really?
And that's because when they do their testing, as the rotor is spinning around, it actually is more efficient and less pressure on the bracket, grabbing it in the under rotation versus catching it in the front half of the rotation. And so if you read the manual, it tells you to clock them to the rear. There's a lot of installers out there right now that are still doing it the other way. And I've seen RVs that have been running for 15 years with the same setup and not had any issues, but I want them installed the right way. That way, so, you know, every now and then I'm thinking, like, I flip sides, and when I'm on the other side, they all face to the right. When you go to this side, I instinct face it to the right, but it's actually the wrong direction, so.
Now comes the rotors.
Much nicer.
Oh yeah. That looks a lot better. The other ones look pretty rusty. And those were probably the original drums and everything.
Not on the back, they've been changed out.
Oh, on the back they had been changed?
Yep, that was a little different.
That's how we do things. But partnering up with Deemaxx has been a real blessing. They're an amazing company. And if you go to the website, if you have any questions of what type you need, which ones are work, if you're unsure on their website, call them and they'll help you figure out which set works the best for you, for your rig. Because we had to send in different measurements and everything. I'll leave a link in the description of the company. You contact them and go from there and find which ones you want. And if you're going to have them installed, make sure you have a reputable, certified person to install them in order for them to work efficiently. And BJ the Wonder Bear is a certified tech. This is all he does. Like I said, he attends Grand Design rallies all along the East Coast and everywhere. So if you're going to be at one of those Grand Design rallies, contact him and get yourself set up. But we are dumping the drum brakes for disc brakes.
Bit of a fracture of some sort right here in your frame. It's not a big one, but
Oh, Grand Design crack. That's the way my reflection did.
yeah,
Right over every spring hanger.
that's a lipper crack, not a Grand Design. You don't own a Grand Design.
I know, but it was the same thing.
You got the same thing over here too.
And we got a crack he's discovered right here. See it? And he said we got one on the other side just the same. So that's an issue we're going to have to address. Look at it. So, he said keep an eye on it. But eventually it'll have to be fixed. But these are things we don't see unless you remove the tires and everything. So, new discovery. This is a 2018 Keystone Fusion, so. But full-time RV life is always an adventure. We're getting ready to finish him up. We have been looking forward to this for so long. We kept thinking about them and thinking about them. But they are going to be a huge blessing. Like I said, everything's going to be in the description. You can go to the website and find the set that works for you. And if you still have questions, just give them a call. They'd be glad to help you. And Deemaxx Brakes is what? Tiger and print. Tiger and print. There, fit right in there. We marked that crack there. We got one on both sides. So we're gonna watch it and keep an eye on that. Now we're installing the pump for the disc brakes in the compartment there with the batteries. So that's where that baby will ride. That's the pump. Now BJ is running all the brake line to go into the pump here. He's running the drilling and running the line through there. Box is all in place. Now finish hooking it up. The wires and everything.
Try to bill me for it.
You're being a very good boy today, Tucker. Uh-huh. I'll get a new toy. I'll get a new toy. Uh-huh. I was gonna say, I hear something in there.
Really tough to pull out.
Yep.
But what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna yell. You're gonna yank the breakaway out. I'm gonna bleed the air out of the line. I'll tell you to shut it off. You just push the breakaway back in the way it came out. It's directional, so it can only go back in one way. So you can latch these up. So going that sideways, that's the way it's got to go back in.
All right.
When you pull it out, you'll see it's like a little arrow pointing to the back too. That's another way to go. But what I'll do is go ahead, you're gonna yank it out. I'm gonna bleed air out of lines. I'm gonna have you put it back in. When you get done with that, you'll go over to the side here, top the brake fluid off to the very top, and then let me know when you're ready to go again.
Okay.
All right.
Dayton, you wasn't kidding about that, dude.
Nope.
Now we're bleeding all the air out of the lines.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and what?
Let it pull it out.
Okay.
Cut it off.
Is that off?
Yep.
Say.
Pull out because you don't want it accidentally coming out. The fact that when you pull it, it turns on, I would not. Only because what you're doing is not something you're gonna do often. But you know, it's not an everyday pull test item. Shut it off. Shut it off. Like 5 or 6 times. So I'm going to pressurize it, let it loose, pressurize it, let it loose, with the idea that if anything is leaking or isn't perfectly tight, I want it to drip while I'm here versus when you're on the road. So let me just clean this off real quick. fighting them.
Is this more you can't pull that thing? There we go.
Shut it off? Not totally, but just so it stops. Do it again. Shut it off. Again. Again. Turn it on. Shut it off. Shut it off. You can put it all the way in.
Put it all in?
Yeah. Let me button that box up, and then I want to plug it into your truck. And let's see if your brake controller runs in.
Yep. When you get one for me, we'll put it in.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the truck can stop if I watch what I'm doing.
Yeah. But yeah, if the brake controller we have is not compatible.
Take all this time to put disc brakes on and then have your truck do all the work, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want to make sure we have the right controller.
Yeah. And then what I'll have you start out is once you get in the truck and start it up, I'll have you squeeze the levers on it and we'll see if it even turns the pump on.
Do I have to start it to do that? I shouldn't. I mean, I just turn the key on.
You can try that and see if it'll work. No.
Nope.
Try starting it. Nope. What are the gains set at?
Get the right brake controller. That's one concern we had, that our brake controller wouldn't be compatible. And BJ, the Wandering Bear, shows us which one to get and to make this system work. So we're going to get that ordered and get that baby installed and be up out on the road.
Stay right there and behave. Now, when we was inside, they were breakaway. You set them,
Yo.
and when you hit the maximum speed, they break in half.
Yo.